The ideas really started to come about after I got my master's degree in economics, because I had to learn a lot of programming in SAS and SQL and Unix and working with large databases.
Yep.
And while that process is very scientific, it's also very artistic. You know, when you're working and collaborating with other programmers and watching the way they write a macro or, you know, execute some Unix kernel on a remote server or something, you start thinking, you know, how you can improve upon those ideas and, you know, saving data or saving time. And I think that thought process, that creative process, is no different than thinking about coming up for a better recipe for a beer, or, you know, a better recipe for a pie. You just have to understand the tools that you're working with and what you can do with those tools. I think people need to share their ideas, especially with people that they know they're going to get critical feedback from. You know, I showed it to friends of mine who weren't just going to say, "Oh, that's great," you know, and watch me, you know, trip over myself and hurt myself financially. I shared it with people whose opinions I valued and who would give me, you know, constructive feedback that would help me. And some people gave me some really good feedback.
Yeah. What is it about the Midlands area especially that's helped you? I mean, would you say it's a lot more on a social level, just having encouragement, having people to bounce ideas off of, we talk about it too, just generally like a nice low cost of living and a very comfortable community that, you know, I feel like is pretty supportive. I guess speak to that, like what have you found locally that's helped you be successful?
The Midlands didn't end up becoming the least expensive area to think about mass production, but as far as prototyping, it was very affordable because the expertise and people with those skills are here all throughout the Midlands.
That's really cool. And that's a good testimony to the fact that we are a manufacturing community. We always have been. And a lot of people see that almost as a curse because a lot of the manufacturing moved overseas and left some areas of the Southeast desolate. But we were also building so much of our economic base on manufacturing now, advanced manufacturing. Do you see this as an opportunity, I mean, just down the road when you've got kind of some comfortable margins and you're really producing what you want to produce? Would you like to team up with similar companies to try to create kind of a cluster? Do you think there's ever potential for that?
Yeah, there's lots of potential. You know, one thing I've learned in going to trade shows and interacting with other new companies, and even you see it with growing companies, good partnerships are what really make a successful company.